Is exercise 20, Python classes and objects. So Python classes and object. Python is actually object oriented programming language, or OOP, and then everything in Python, almost everything in Python is an object with its properties and methods. A class is like an object constructor or a blueprint for creating object. Let's say you have to think a class as a blueprint of a house. It contains all the details about the floors, doors, and doors, windows, and etc. So based on these descriptions, we build a house. Okay, so house is the object. So now we want to create a class. So to create a class, we need to use the keyword class, the class keyword. So okay, the first example, we want to create a class named myClass with a property named X. Class. Okay, now to create a class, we need to create class keyword. You need to have class keyword and then followed by your class name. So here our class name is myClass, and then with a property name X equals to 5. Now I run this one. Okay, so now I have run this block of code, and then by running the block of code, we have actually successfully created the class. Okay, so now I want to print or return the value of X. Okay, to return the value of X, I have my class, which is our class name dot X here. So it will return 5. And then we need to create the object. So first, you need to remember that before creating an object, you have to create the class first. Okay, and then now we have created the my class as our class. Now you can use now we can create the objects by using the my class. Okay, the first example, we want to create object named P1 and print the value of X. So P1 here is the object for my class. My class is the class that we have defined here. So P1 is actually the object. So print this one, print the value of X. Okay, print P1 dot X. Now it print the value of X here. Okay, instead of having only one class, you can have more than one. Instead of having one object here as P1, you can have more than one object. So here we have P2 as the second object. So this is how to print the P2.x. So it will actually return the value of X here, 5. Okay, now I run this one and we get 5 as the result. Okay, next, the init function. Okay, the example above are classes and objects in their simplest form. So this is the object P1 and P2, and both of these objects are in my class. Okay, and then this is actually not really useful in real life applications. Okay, to understand the meaning of classes, we have to understand the built-in init function. Okay, all classes have a function called init, which is always executed when the class is being initiated. Use the init function to assign values to object properties or other operations that are necessary to do when the object is being created. So for example, we have a class name person here, and then we want to use the init function to assign the values for name and age. Okay, this is also called parameter. Okay, let's look at this example. We have a person as a class, as our class. So person is the class name lah. and then we have this method or this function. Okay, for classes and object, this is called method. The function is called methods, and then the operator the variable, we call this as a object. Okay, now we have defined in each function self, name, and age. Okay, we have three parameters. Then self.name equal to name, self.age equal to age. So for the first object, which is P1, under the class person, we have the name is John and the age is 36. Okay, I run this one, it will print John, print name, P1.name, which is this one lah, John, and then the age is 36. Okay, the second one is P2, which is the second object for class person, which is name Anis with the age of 25. So I run this one, we have Anis as the name, and then 25 is the age. Okay, now we have the example of we want to check whether it is daun pisang or not. Let's say we have a class name daun, and under the class name we have object name daun1. So for daun1 we have two attributes, which are name dengan size. Okay, again daun1, which is this one, daun1 is the object under the class daun. This is object, this is class, and then name and size are the attributes for daun1. Let's say daun1 name daun pisang, and the size is 50. So we want to check if the size more than 50, it should return true, else it return false. Now I run this one, print nama daun, which is this one, daun1 dot check daun name here, our method, and then it's supposed to print true if the size is more than 50. Okay, and then we have two print statements here, daun1 dot name, daun1 dot size. So it should print this one, nama daun ni, and then name and size. Okay, we have true, the results are true, daun pisang and 50. Okay, now we have object methods. Objects can also contain methods. Methods in object are functions that belongs to the object. So now let us create a method in the person class. Let's say here we have class name person. Now we have we have the first method and the second method. Now we have defined in each function, and it has three parameters or three arguments: self, name, and age. Okay, self here is actually the first argument that need to be used for creating the argument. Okay, whenever we define a method for a class, this is the method. We call this as a method. Function is actually the method. Okay, whenever we define a method for a class or a function for a class, which is here we have person, we need to use self as the first argument. So this self is actually representing the object here. So this again, self is actually representing the object that is calling it. Okay, so the object here we have P1, P2, P1 and P2. Okay, and then we have defined my function self. Print hello, my name is plus self name. Self name is this one, John and Ali. Okay, for the first object we have John with 36 as his age. Okay, print my function. So we want to print P1 object dot my function here. So hello, my name is John. If you want to print the age, okay, let's say I want to print the age. Okay, now we have an error. String not int to string. Okay, because this is string and this is integer, so I delete this. I run again. Okay, now we have 36. Because I want to print the age. Okay, now what happen if we have the second object? So we just have to put the name Ali with the age of 25, and then I run it. It will give, hello, my name is Ali. And then self parameter here, you can see I have self here, and then now we want to know what is the self parameter. As I explained just now, self parameter, self is the argument that are needed, that is needed as the first argument for representing the object that is calling it. Okay, so the self parameter, it does not have to be the self keyword. You can use whatever you like, whatever keyword that you like. For example, here you want to use my silly object and a, b, c as the first parameter. Now this is the example of having my silly object as the first argument or the first parameter in this function, and this is the example of using a, b, c as the first parameter or as the parameter for this function. Okay, I run this one. It will run the same thing lah, but with different argument keyword or argument name. Okay, please remember that this first argument is representing the object here. Okay, and then you can also modify the object properties by writing the class or the object, by writing the object using the p1 as the object dot age, and then you want to modify the age to 40. So this is how to write for modifying the object properties. And then you can also delete object properties by using the el keyword. And then what happened if I delete this one? Okay, now I have run this block, and then I print p1h. It's supposed to raise an error because it assumed that the p1.h is not exist. See, person object has no attribute age because we have already deleted it. Okay, now we can delete object. We want to delete p1 because p1, we have defined p1 is our object under the class person. So we want to delete the object itself. So delete p1. Now by running this block of code, it actually have successfully deleted the object. And then the pass statement, we have the pass statement again. If you don't have any method under the class person yet, to avoid from having an error, just put the pass keyword dulu. Kalau dah letak pass keyword, it will not raise any error. So that's all for Python classes and objects. So this is the exercise that you can try on your own. Okay, so that's all for this exercise. Thank you.